We're still tracking 3 hurricanes out there. Top of the list remains Irma. You've got Katia out in the Gulf, and also Jose, which is turning into an interesting storm, and not in a good way. Well, none of these are. But let's get a closer look and see what I'm talking about here. We have an increase in the coverage as far as the hurricane watch is concerned. It now punches north into Orlando over through Tampa, so even northern Florida is starting to get on the action, at least with the watch. And there's a current hurricane warning that extends down through the Florida Keys and through the Bahamas. And as we track you further east, some new watches and warnings, but these are tropical storm watches and warnings for the islands, those tiny leeward islands that just got done with Irma, because we've got Jose hot on its heels. We're going to check Irma out here in a second, but this storm has blown up in intensity as well. It is a powerful storm. In fact, we've got now a Category 4. It's matching Irma in intensity. Jose, now, this storm, the concern here is it's going to graze or even barrel over Leeward Islands. It just got hammered by Irma. There's not much left. It'll eventually recurve back out into the Atlantic and could become more of an issue for Bermuda. But as we get closer to home, this is the one that could be a major threat, is a major threat to Florida. Now, if you watch over time, this is from last night and early this morning, that right there, that tiny island, that is Iguana, Little Iguana Island. So between the interaction with land, which was probably a minimal influence, and also the general eye wall replacement cycle that happens with these storms, you can see some fluctuations in intensity, the oblong kind of misshapen form of the eye. Clearly, it's going through that eye wall replacement cycle, and also, especially as it gets closer to Cuba, may start to have a little bit of weakening due to the influence of land. But it is still a formidable storm, a Category 4, 150-mile-per-hour sustained winds, and it could strengthen again because it still looks to shoot the gap between the Bahamas and Cuba. The official National Hurricane Center forecast track, which is what you're looking at, is shifted a little bit west towards Key West. This is not good for Key West. They're in an island within that chain of islands that's over 20 feet above sea level, most of them maybe a foot or two. So storm surge, a huge concern there. Rapidly weakens as it tracks north into Georgia, and then the potential remnant low, heading in our direction. That's Nashville off towards Kentucky. So possibly for the second time in less than 2 weeks, we may have the remnants of a tropical system tracking our way as a ridge of high pressure pushes east, and that low is just kind of shunted right up into Tennessee towards Kentucky, and we could catch some rain and wind out of that. Still too early to tell the direct impact here, but it is possible, and it has happened. I mean, we just went through the remnants of Harvey, and before that, it was Bill in 2015. You go all the way back to 2008, we had the remnants of Tropical Storm Faye dissipating directly overhead. So it does happen. It's just not that frequent. And to have one in less than 2 weeks is pretty incredible here in the Commonwealth. Max Track, nothing doing beyond the showers that are up over Ohio and Indiana. You can see a little bit on the move up towards Toledo. We're in for a beautiful weekend. Temperatures in the 70s. If you're going to go out and see the Cats play the home opener against EKU tomorrow at, keep wanting to call it Commonwealth, Kroger Field, we're in great shape. Temperatures 70s all the way through. There's that rain chance creeping in Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe related to what's left of Irma. Of course, Joe will be in, Seth as well, and we'll keep an eye on it, track it as we go through the week.